Hey everyone. Yep, it's Rosalind Tigerberg coming to you from her kitchen. If you're joining me for the first time, that's my name, Rosalind Tigerberg. And this will be posted in Let's Go Cook with Tiger. That is G-E-A-U-X for go, the Cajun way. And today I am cooking some green beans. Some green beans that come from Berg, Louisiana. My sister grows them and jars them. And lots of times, whenever I'm down to buy her, that's what I'm doing. I'm helping her to jar things, to pick things, to eat things. I'm best at eating, right? But I'm starting off. I've got an onion, a whole onion in here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see me. I really haven't figured this all out yet. Still messing around with a few things, trying to get this down. But I'm starting off by browning some onions. And when it's good and brown, I am going to, remember that big ham? That big ham I had for New Year's? And I cut it all up in chunks. Well, today I'm going to cube a few pieces. I don't know if you can see me over here. I'll stand like this. But I'm going to cube some, some fairly nice pieces and add it to it. I mean, usually we'd use salt meat, but ham is salty, right? Ham was salty. So any kind of meat that you like, whether it's bacon or sausage or salt meat. And like I said, I'm doing ham today. Browning my onions while I'm talking. They're browning. And then I'm going to add this in there to brown that a little bit to get, that extra little pop of flavor. And then I'll go ahead and I'll add that. And of course, the recipe, whenever I post it to YouTube, I attach the recipe. So if you're wanting a recipe, don't look for it here. I post it in my YouTube, which, like I said, it's Let's Go, L-E-T-S-G-E-A-U-X, Cook with Tiger. That's the page that I made up to go ahead and post all my recipes there. And like I said, I mean, you can add and subtract whatever you want to make it good for you, right? My son is wanting some fried rice. And I didn't have any chicken. I said, well, there's other things that you can eat on the side with the fried rice, because I had made some, I'm putting all this chunky ham in there. See, chunks of ham cut up into cubes. I'm going to add this in here. Let that kind of brown a little bit. Now, while that's browning, I have some rice cooking over here because I want some green beans with the ham chunks. Usually, you can put some potato chunks in it later after you smother. I'm smothering the green beans. I've got a quart and a half to put in there because whenever I cook green beans, it's going to be my pretty much major meal. So I'm going to brown all of this up. For those of you that are watching right now, though, and you want to write it down, I've got one large onion. I mean, it was a large Vidalia onion that I put in it. And now my onions are browned down. Now I'm just kind of searing the ham chunks that I put in here. And then I will add the green beans, but I won't add any water to it. I'm going to like smother it down so that they're not going to be whole by the time you get to the end. They're going to start breaking up when they start getting tender. But they're going to have that good old flavor of the onions and the ham all being smothered down together. I also have, like I said, I got the rice cooking over here that I'm going to eat on top of it. But I'm going to make some fried rice that my son likes right there. Once the rice is done, which probably won't be ready for this show, but what I'll do is I'll fry 2 or 3 eggs and then take it out. Then I'll put some oil and some butter in there. And usually I'll cook some chicken, really tear it up, slice it real thin, saute it. And then I take that out. Actually, I'll leave the chicken in, add some soy sauce and teriyaki sauce, and then I add the rice. Mix that all together, add some more soy sauce and teriyaki sauce to our flavor, our taste, and then add the eggs back in to mix it up evenly, and that's it. Fried rice is easy. Green beans are going to take a long time for me to cook because you want them tender and you want them to kind of have that nutty, smoky flavor from the ham and the onions, because I always say the key to cooking, Cajun cooking, is browning your onions. When you cook anything, if you brown your onions first, it adds that extra layer, I can't even talk right now, that extra layer of flavor, so that it's not just green beans. It takes some extra work, but the flavor is worth the extra time. And that's really going to be my main meal today, because I kind of had a milkshake for lunch, and I'm trying to really eat cleaner. And I know ham is not really cleaner, but meat, vegetables, and fat, trying to eat cleaner. Not all of this processed stuff, not all of this drive-through stuff. Trying to be, save some money, eat healthier. And I can't see everybody that's jumping on, but I'm browning onions and some ham right here. And I'm getting ready. I have some rice cooking right here. And I'm getting ready to add the green beans so that can start cooking down. And I will not add water. I took all of the water out of here. And I won't add water. I've got it on a medium heat. And mix that all up. It already looks so good. But you want it to cook down. And my favorite seasoning, Tony Chachere. I'm going to sprinkle some of that on top. That's good. And we're going to let this, it's on a medium heat. So, which means I have to stir it quite often so that it does not burn. But all of the juices, not all of the juices, but the natural juices out of the green beans are going to smother down in there, and it's just going to have a good flavor. Like Like I said, I'm going to eat it over rice. I'm going to also fix, I'm cooking 4 cups of rice. I have a rice pot. If you don't have a rice pot and you still cook your rice on the stove, I want to give you a little secret to that. Because it can come out just like it's being cooked in a rice pot. I just don't cook it that way anymore because I have a rice pot. But when I didn't have a rice pot, I cooked it on the stove for 20 minutes. Once it came to a boil, I lowered the fire and let it cook for 20 minutes. The secret is, no matter how much rice you have in that pot, the secret is, this is an old-fashioned Cajun way. When you put, let's say you put 4 cups of water in that pot, and you put 4 cups of water, right? Well, it's not exactly the same when you're measuring your rice and you're measuring your water. You kind of end up with more water than you should have if you measure it like that. Because if you measure it with the little plastic cup that you measure rice with, that's what I do. Let me see if I got one. I think this actually comes with a rice cooker. But if you measure this little, it's a 1 cup. It's a true 1 cup. So if you measure this with, well, it's not really a true cup. Yeah, I guess so. To the top, it would be a true cup. If you measure this with rice, put it in your pot, and then you take sorry, I wasn't thinking about doing this, but you take a regular measuring cup and you put a cup of water in it. It's going to end up being a little bit too much water for your rice. So if your rice is coming out mushy, I'm going to tell you a secret of what to do. When you're cooking, when you put your 4 cups of rice, just put your water in. You can measure 4 cups, but you might have to pour some out. To know if you have the exact proper amount of water to rice, you kind of level your rice out in the pot, and then you stick your finger in. And you measure the water to come to this first crease in your finger. And when you do it like that, when you measure it to the crease, you have the perfect amount of water in your rice in order to cook it for 20 minutes on a low fire, covered. And 20 minutes dings, turn it off, let it sit there for 2 to 3 minutes, fluff it, and you're not going to have sticky rice. Perfect rice just about every time. If you're on an electric stove, I would say set it to like 2 or 3 to cook for 20 minutes. And your rice is going to be perfect. But like I said, I've got a rice pot right there. So it's going to come out perfect every time. But I just wanted to give you a little tidbit. A little extra bonus. And another bonus is, what do you do if you burn rice? Have you ever burnt rice and just threw the whole pot out? Don't do it. I want to show you this little secret right here that is going to take the burnt flavor out of your rice. If you still cook your rice on the stove and you burn it, you smell the burnt because you had it on too high of a fire. You turn the fire off. You open up the cover and you put one of these little babies in it. Sliced bread, yes. 1 slice of bread on top of the rice. Close it back up. Finish the rest of your meal. Of course, I hope you turn the fire off. Put it back in there. I love to eat the bread out of the burnt rice pot. But that's just another thing, you know, because it comes out hot and fresh and it's got a little different flavor to it. Put some butter on that and eat it. But if you don't scrape the bottom of the pot, your rice will not taste burnt. What? Now don't do it on purpose, Don't say, okay, I want to see if Rosalind's right. If I burn my rice and I put a slice of bread in it and cover it and leave it for a little while, it's not going to taste like burnt rice. As long as you don't scrape the bottom of the pot and get that burnt up, if you just take the top part of the rice out, you know, and go down where you see the burnt, your rice will not taste burnt. Just a little bit of a tidbit to help, to add, to add value to what you are doing. I'm going to turn the fire up just a little bit. And, you know, I've got this ham that I am using from New Year's that I chopped all up. These are the big chunks that I'm using. Put it in the freezer. You take it out and you cut. Well, I hadn't put it in the freezer yet. I'm getting ready to. But tomorrow, I am going to cook some pinto beans. But I'm going to cook it like I cook red beans. You know, you brown your onions, you brown your ham, you put it in a pot. But dry beans, you have to let them soak overnight. And I'm going to show you another little secret tomorrow, so stay tuned of what else I do. Once my beans, my pinto beans, are soaked, what else you can do with it. So I hope to see y'all back tomorrow. Like I said, I'm doing my green beans. I can't do the fried rice yet because my rice isn't cooked. It's working on it, but it ain't cooked yet. But I'm just making egg fried rice. He doesn't like onions or anything in it. It's just going to be rice, fried eggs, and it's going to be you know, soy sauce and teriyaki sauce. Now, another thing that we do down the bayou is we'll fry the eggs sunny side up, but we'll put some rice and some butter in the pan, and we'll kind of fry the rice up just with some butter, and we'll eat our eggs on top of that. But just a little bit of insight, cooking with what? Cooking with Tiger. Yeah, I've started a YouTube channel, and I'm going to upload the recipes and maybe some pictures, this video for sure, and some pictures of the after, what it looks like when I'm done, my meal. And on YouTube is where I put the recipes of what I did, exactly what I did, so that later on you can go ahead and do it. And and it's Let's Go, G-E-A-U-X, Cook with Tiger, a little Cajunity. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this video there later with the recipes and some pictures. I don't know if I can do the pictures. Can I do the pictures? I'll post the pictures here and go from there. You know, I'm new at this. I'm not used to having a camera set up, and I had it here last time, and I didn't like it like that because it didn't get enough of the kitchen. See my kitchen. I mean, this is definitely a working kitchen. Nothing fancy about it. Everybody's got one in their kitchen, I think. But I'm going to let this cook and stir it occasionally where it all cooks down. And it's going to smother down, and it's going to look awesome. It's going to be awesome. I can show you right now. Sky view. Yum, 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 yum. You can hear it sizzling in there. Cooking it down. I still got a ways to go for it to really be ready to eat. And I'm waiting on the rice. But I wanted to get it started in the beginning, so you can see another video of it later. Or a picture of it later. So, it's Rosalind Tiger Berg. Yes, let's go cook with Tiger. So go ahead, go to look it up on YouTube. I've got some recipes there already and some pictures there already. And I'm going to put more. So keep on looking, because I'm here, and I'm gonna keep on cooking and keep on making some videos. I'm doing a cookbook. I'm doing a few things, and I want to share it with you. So y'all have an amazing day. Like I said, you know, this is smothering some green beans, and I shared a little bit about I'm going to do what well, you see that? I moved it, and now it don't want to stand upright. Right. I don't know. What do you think? See, it's falling. Falling, and I can't get up. Oh. Yeah. Something like that. But that's what I'm doing. And, that's going to be good over some good white rice. That's what I'm eating. And I'm going to make some fried rice for my son. And I'll post a picture in here later so y'all can check it out. But look for me on YouTube. I'm going to be uploading some videos there. And I hope you got a little bit. Go back and watch the beginning of it. If you don't know how to cook rice, I kind of explained the little secret of how to cook rice. And I'm going to have to figure out, how do I write that? You know, we know how to do things, but how do you put it down on paper so people can actually understand your directions? That's kind of one of those hard things when you're a Cajun girl and you talk like this. But tomorrow, stay tuned, because I'm going to be showing you a few little secrets of pinto beans. I'll be cooking the pinto beans like I cook red beans, you know, smothering down them onions. But I'm going to be using ham, because I'm using my ham from New Year's. And I'm going to do something else with it. So stay tuned. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all come back.